In the process of studying spatial models in the Kabbalah, you have probably come across diagrams that place letters on the edges of a cube, and the cube itself is then integrated into the system of the 10 Sphirot. This approach is related to the text of Sefer Yetzirah, which contains similar descriptions. For example, Mishnah 4:4, 7 doubles letters, Bet Gimel, Dalet Kaf, P, Resh, Tav, the top and bottom, east and west, north and south, and the holy palace is exactly inside, and it carries them all. Or here is another fragment. Mishnah 5:2, 12 simple letters, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Sadi, QOF. They are based on 12 diagonal borders. It is descriptions like these that encourage researchers to create three-dimensional figures and search for ways to connect them to the tree of Sphirot. But does Sefer Yetzirah truly describe the cubic form of our space? Perhaps it speaks of something else, and we have yet to fully grasp the hints left for us by the ancient sages. Let's try to unravel this. What is Sefer Yetzirah really telling us? And if it describes a tree of life, what would it look like if we took this text as a foundation and attempted to reconstruct it, like architects beginning construction, relying on calculations and blueprints? Let's start with the basics. What does the text itself tell us about the 10 Sphirot? 10 Sphirot into nothing. The first breath of the living God, blessed and hallowed be his name, the life of the worlds, the voice and the breath and the word. It is the holy breath. The second breath of the breath. He cut it out and carved in it 22 base letters, 3 mothers and 7 doubles and 12 simples, and the breath is one of them. The third, water from the breath. He cut it out and carved in it 22 letters out of emptiness and desolation, tohu v'evogu, silt and clay, and carved them like a vegetable patch, carved them like a wall, covered them like a ceiling, and poured snow on them, and it became dust, as it is written. For the snow, he said, become the ground. The fourth, fire from water. He cut out and carved into the throne of glory, the seraphim and the Ophanim, and the holy Haod, and the ministering angels. And from these 3 he establishes abode, as it is said, he makes his angels into breath, and his ministers a burning fire. He chose 3 letters from the simple Yod Vav He, according to the principle of the 3 mothers Aladam Shin, and set them in his great name, sealing the 6 sides with them. 5, he sealed the top. He looked up and sealed it with the letters Yod He Vav. 6, he sealed the bottom. He turned and sealed it He Yod Vav. 7, he sealed the east. He moved forward and sealed it with Vav Yod He. 8, he sealed the west. He turned back and sealed it with Vav Yod. 9, he sealed the south. He turned to the right and sealed it with Yod Vav He. 10, he sealed the north. He turned to the left and sealed it with He Vav Yod. As we can see, the text does indeed suggest a certain spatial system. The 6 lower Sphirot are represented as seals in 6 directions. The 7 double letters are associated with the top, bottom, east, west, north, and south. And the 12 simple letters are the diagonal borders that also have their place in this system. But how can we determine the positions of things if the text does not specify which Sphirot correlate with which names, such as Kitzur, Chakma, Bina, etc.? I must say right away that most Kabbalah scholars agree that the first 3 Sphirot, which are described in the text as the breath of the living God, breath from the breath, and water from the breath, are Kitzur, Chakma, and Bina. Next in the text, we encounter a description of the 4 Sephira, called fire from water. Following this, the 4 upper Sphirot are separated by a text that mentions the 3 paternal letters Yod Vav He, which the Creator chose according to principle of the 3 maternal letters Aleph Yim Shin. The 6 lower Sphirot are then described as being sealed with the parent letters in the 6 directions of space. So, we got 4 upper Sphirot and 6 lower ones. The first 4 described separately in Sefer Yetzirah, while the next 6 are grouped together as a unified system. But how do we make sense of this? In his book Geometry of Kabbalah, Eliezer Stanislavsky offers a unique approach to understanding how everything is arranged. Instead of seeing the 10 Sphirot as individual elements, he suggests viewing them as part Sufim. We know that the Zir Anpin Partsif includes 6 Sphirot, except for Malkut, which is considered a separate Partsif called Nukva. In the Tetragrammaton, Zir Anpin correspond to the letter Vav, which represents the 6 directions of space: up and down, east and west, north and south. So, based on this, we can conclude that the 6 lower Sphirot in Sefer Yetzirah correspond to Zir Anpin. Likewise, Sefer Yetzirah tells us that the 6 directions are linked to the 7 double Hebrew letters. 6 of them align with the 6 sides, and 1 sits in the center. The 12 simple letters in the text are called diagonal boundaries. If we position the 7 double letters along 3 axes and connect these axes using the 12 simple letters, we get an octahedron. So, why does the author prefer the octahedron over the cube? 1. Unlike the cube, the octahedron integrates more smoothly into the tree of Sphirot. 2. If you place an octahedron inside a cube, it reveals the structure of the Merkava. 3. The octahedral range of letters can help us better understand the structure of Metatron's cube. If we attempt to represent the duality of letters in the spatial system as the forces of 2 polarities, a letter written with Dage can symbolize the force of restriction, while a letter without Dage can represent the force of expansion. In this model, we can figuratively place 2 spheres on each axis, according to each direction. This way, we will get 13 spheres, like the 13 forces that act in our lives. If we analyze the symbolism of the letter Vav, which marks the 6 ends, and reveal its spelling, we get the value 13. This indicates that among the 7 doubles, 1 holds a special place. This letter is double not because it unravels into 2 powers, but because it receives power from the 6 doubles, balancing them and opening the door to another dimension. Additionally, if we separately connect the 6 letters with Dage and the letters without Dage, we get 2 octahedrons nested inside one another. This effectively demonstrates the idea from Mishnah 5:2. And they expand and continue from eternity to eternity, and these are the boundaries of the universe. This structure points to the fractal nature of a universe. For more information on this topic, explore the book Geometry of Kabbalah by Eliezer Stanislavivsky.